Welcome back, fellow value investors. In this video, I'm going to be covering AbbVie. This is a big mega cap pharmaceutical company. This is a high quality company that has been paying a real good dividend for a long time. They announced their earnings less than 2 weeks ago, so I have a fresh set of financials to take a look at. They also announced they were going to acquire another company. That looks really interesting. AbbVie has a really good track record of acquiring good companies that are going to overall add value to AbbVie. I'm going to share my process with you, analyze the company, and then make a decision whether I'm going to buy shares of AbbVie, just hold my shares, or sell. Do me a favor and like my video and subscribe to my channel. And if you can leave a comment, that'd be great. So I follow a consistent process as I look at companies that I want to invest in. The first area is all about the company. I need to feel like I want to be a part owner in the company, that I like the company, I believe in it. I think they're undervalued. And I like the industry. I like the management team. So I ask those questions of the company. Next is I want a balance sheet that's in good health. And the measure that I use is debt less than 3 times EBITDA. And last is the discount on the stock. I'm a value investor. I buy stocks at a discount. Most stocks have variation or volatility, and I like buying stocks when they're discounted so I can make money over the long haul. And based on the answers to those questions, I'll buy, hold, or sell. So AbbVie is a high quality company. It's well known. It's a mega cap. It has a history of growing its top line revenue, it has a history of raising its dividend rate, and it is a favorite to many people. I like the industry. I like pharmaceutical companies. I think they have very good barriers of entry. They have very good profitability. This company in particular has a very good management team. Overall, I'm very positive on AbbVie. You have to be selective on when to buy AbbVie because sometimes it's priced quite high. Looking at AbbVie's financial statements, starting with the income statement, revenue for the quarter has gone down. If you compare the third quarter of 23 versus the third quarter of 2022, year to date, it's gone down. Not a whole lot, but it's gone down. And that was expected. They've had one big drug go off patent, so they're losing sales there. They're replenishing those sales with new drugs they develop. And in late 2024, the acquisition they made is also going to help them grow their top line. They are profitable, which is very good. The profitability of AbbVie is always there, which is good. And we'll make sure that there's also good free cash flow. The history of the company, they have grown their company quite well. If you look at from 2018 up to 2022, really solid growth of sales, which is one thing I really like about AbbVie. AbbVie raised their guidance both for 2023 and 2024. Now, they didn't raise it and, basically go up substantially. They just rose it a little bit, but it was good news that they rose their guidance for both this year and next. And they also increased their dividend. Again, it's a history of the dividend going up over time. AbbVie is really keeping to that tradition, and it makes it a very attractive stock to dividend stock investors. So AbbVie announced this past week that they'll be acquiring ImmunoGen. And this acquisition is going to add organic growth to the top line. I really like that. And AbbVie has a good track record of making acquisitions really successful. Part of it is because AbbVie has a strong sales organization, so they can really ramp up the sales of this pharmaceutical and get this pharmaceutical to more patients that need it around the world. The balance sheet looks good. Their cash balance went up $4 billion. Very good. Their debt went down at the same time by about $3.5 billion. A very good combination to see cash go up and debt go down. Their debt to EBITDA is acceptable at 2.77. That was one of the concerns that I had when I analyzed the company 3 months ago. And it's good to see that they've really improved and are now have an acceptable score when I look at net debt compared to EBITDA. AbbVie's always been a high cash flow generating company, which is why they're a mega cap. Every mega cap, study them, they generate free cash. And that's why I really focus on free cash flow. Their cash from operations went up. If you compare the first 9 months of 23 versus the first 9 months of 22, went up about $500 million. The company does not need to put a whole lot of capital into the business. So that held close to steady. So overall, net free cash flow has increased from 22 to 23. Very good signal. I'll be using free cash flow to value AbbVie. I believe AbbVie is discounted by 33%. And I get to that discount by valuing the company based on free cash flows and their earnings per share. Let's take a look at cash flows first. So the run rate I'm going to use is based on the first 9 months of 23 annualized, and that'll be the starting point in year one of free cash flows. I'm going to grow those cash flows by 3%, years 2 through 4, and then terminal value will also grow at 3%. Based on those expected free cash flows in the future, I'm going to discount those cash flows by 9%, which gives me a net present value of $361 billion. That's the value of all the cash flows that are going to be generated by AbbVie in the future. I'm going to add the cash and take away the debt so that I can get to an equity value of the company of $319 billion. The market cap of AbbVie is $253 billion. So that leaves about a 26% discount on AbbVie. Earnings per share are doing well, pretty stable. And for the next 4 quarters, I expect those earnings per share to be $11.19 per share. I'm going to use a PE of 24 and put a growth rate of 3%. I discount all the earnings per share that I expect from the company in the future, and I get to a stock value of $212.59. Current stock, you can buy it for $143.41. So there's a 48% discount if we use the earnings per share method. I blend the two, but I put more weight in the free cash flow method. And I use 2/3 free cash flow method, 1/3 earnings per share method, and I get a blended 33% discount. I analyzed AbbVie on September 18th, 2023, and my decision was to sell my shares. The decision was based on the fact that the price of the stock was higher than where I believe the company should be valued. And the balance sheet had some items that were concerning. I'm evaluating the company to see if those things changed. But the point I'll make is that I'm a value investor when I buy, and I'm a value investor when I sell. If a company becomes priced too high and there's no real clear reason why I should hold the stock, I sell, because most stocks will have volatility. I could always come back and buy it later. In cases of a mega cap like AbbVie, you'll see based on the stock chart that the prices go up and down, and I could really catch a really nice gain if I sell when the selling is good. In the case of AbbVie, I took a big gain in 2023 by taking action on my analysis. Looking at where the AbbVie stock has traded over the last 12 months, you can see that this stock has had some pretty good highs, close to the value that I have, or closer to the value that I have on this stock. But it also shows that it provides really good opportunities to the value investor who can come in and buy shares at a discount. I bought shares at this range right here, which was a good acquisition price. And the stock, as I just covered, does provide a good discount. And a good discount means different things for different companies. AbbVie is a high quality mega cap company. A 33% discount is a good discount for AbbVie. If you have a high risk company where it's less known, a small cap, there's just more risk involved, I'm looking for discounts, upwards of 80% on a stock like that. But AbbVie is a high quality company. Their dividend rate is about 4.35%. What's interesting is the healthcare space has really been beaten down in 2023. So you can see that year to date, AbbVie is actually down. But over the last 5 days, it's been doing well. And I think it's really set to do well for 2024. Now comparing AbbVie to its peers, let's take a look. J&J is a good peer to compare it against. J&J is a high quality, mega cap company, really good rating on its debt. And AbbVie has a better PE than J&J. J&J has also been down this year, just a tiny bit more than AbbVie. So it compares well against J&J. Pfizer's down big time, 43%. And AbbVie has a better PE than Pfizer. Merck is down not as much. It's just down 5.77%, but AbbVie has a much better PE than Merck. Lilly had a hugely successful new drug. It's creating much more revenues. It's also the highest revenue company of the pack here, and it did really well in 2023. Well-deserved increase of 57%. Congratulations to the stockholders who owned Eli Lilly. But that's how AbbVie compares to its peers. You could see that there is a really downturn in healthcare that I believe is turning into a really good opportunity for 2024, where I think healthcare stocks are really going to go up. Should I buy, hold, or sell shares in AbbVie? Well, let me answer the questions and make that decision. First, it's all about the company. What do I think about the business? Do I want to be part owner? What do I think of the industry? And what do I think about the management team? They get an A across the board. I like pharmaceutical companies. I think they're very valuable. Picking them up at the right price is always a winning recipe to making a lot of money. So I like the industry. I really like the management team. I think AbbVie has a high quality management team. So overall, A+ on that category. Really glad to see that AbbVie improved their balance sheet. It has net debt less than 3 times EBITDA, which looks really good. Has a nice discount on the stock. So I'm buying shares of AbbVie. Hey, thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it interesting and discovered something new about AbbVie. Do me a big favor and like my video, subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment. Thanks again for watching.